So Mr. Jeffrey Dziekan
Yep.
is tasked every week with coming up with a pre-owned car of the week. And we really don't limit him as to what it is, but we all kind of think that pre-owned car of the week should be something that you or I could go out and buy,
Right.
either online or at a lot somewhere.
It could be a first car, a second car, a daily driver,
Kid's
a
car,
backup.
yeah,
Exactly.
right, that
Exactly.
sort of
And now
thing.
that we're the holidays and not necessarily going back to school. We were kind of in between on the going back to school or graduations and things. So the holidays are important. And I know David here, his sons have cool cars. So this kind of fits into that. What we're doing this week is a 2017 Chevrolet Camaro, and this is a base model. This base model is an LT. Of course, you do have the LT, the RS, the SS, and the LT1s. This one here that we're showing is just a basic. This just a plain Jane white. I like the color white. You can get that. Good accents. You can dress them up
I'm
later
very
on.
well familiar with
Yep.
white cars
Yep.
because I happen to have that 66 Corvair that I put
Yep.
some black racing stripes on,
Yep.
and it had a lot less horsepower than that V6.
That was the in-wheel time machine.
The annual time
Yeah,
machine, yeah.
absolutely.
And I assume that has a V6.
This
Did
is
they
we'll get into that. It's a four-cylinder.
Oh,
This
okay.
one's a four-cylinder inline turbo.
Oh, okay.
Shocking.
Yeah.
So this considered a sports car. I consider it a midsize. It is a good-looking little car, and of course they came out in 2010. That was the reintroduction of the Camaro, and at that time I was with Pirelli when they did that. And Pirelli had the exclusivity for the tires on that particular vehicle.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. So there's another shot coming up with this. So it's just a base model, like I said. You can see there's a little tag on the fender there. Exterior options, you got the fog lamps, which a lot of these things that we'll talk about are options that you can add onto the vehicle. Fog lamps, body moldings, rear spoilers, body color bumpers, which you see there. You got the inside. You got the curtain airbags. You've got knee airbags, and something else that really impressed me.
That's a 17?
That's a 17.
Wow. Okay.
Something that impressed me was that it had curtain airbags, the side airbags,
Yeah.
front and rear.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't know that was an option until in that particular model. I thought it was more of luxury cars or more of the exotic cars. I didn't know it was in just base models. So which is pretty cool. You got your remote start. There's a shot of the interior there.
Now, did they make a V6?
They did.
They did make a V6.
This particular one, like I said, is a four-cylinder inline
And
turbo.
that, and I have to comment on that
Sure.
interior shot that you had up there a second ago.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought it was really odd that they would put the AC vents down at your hand as opposed to up on the dashboard.
Eye level or face level or
Yeah,
shoulder level.
Just an odd. It's just odd to me, but okay.
Yeah, that is what it is, I guess. The ride on these, some folks think the ride is rough. Some folks think the ride is smooth and things like
It's
that.
a Camaro.
It's a Camaro. And this particular shot that we're getting into, this looks like your butt is in a bathtub. It's like in a well.
Uh-huh.
Can I say that on the air?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
You did.
All right. It almost looks like one of those, the back seat of a police car where they've got you like in a bucket.
How would you know what the backseat of a police car looks like?
I
Jeff?
know a policeman. I do know a policeman.
Uh-huh. Probably very well after that knot on your head from his flashlight.
And the plate that goes along with
And
it.
the plate down in the back of your head.
So this vehicle is a 2-liter 4-cylinder intercooled turbo. It's 275 horsepower, 275 horsepower at 5,600 RPM. 295 on the torque, Newton meters, between 3,000 and 4,500. So there's a range there.
Wasn't it about 2017 that they started offering a 4-cylinder?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's why I picked this one. I picked the base, just the most low end.
I don't think that they had offered a 4-cylinder in the car before then, did they?
6 cylinders. 6 cylinders.
Right.
Yeah.
V6 was what you could get, the 305 horsepower V6.
Right. Exactly. Yep.
Or the V8. But
Well, of course, this is an intercooled turbo. So they stepped it up on the horsepower with adding the turbo. Because it was pretty doggish. 22 miles per gallon in the city, 31 miles per gallon highway. You're looking at a 27 combined. Typical ride and handling, stability control, ABS, brake assist, multi-link suspension. You're looking at...
seriously, all that car really needs is a set of tires and wheels.
Yeah.
in my estimation. If you put a good-looking set of tires and wheels on there, you don't need to do anything. Buff it out if you feel like it.
Well, this is a
It's
pretty
white.
clean one, and you can find the clean ones, and we'll get into that so far as what this has. The multi-link suspension, front and rear. This vehicle has 65,000 miles on it, in that range, and you're looking between $16,000 and $18,000, depending on what options it has. Now, this is a base, so you're going to be closer to the 17 range, 16, 17 range. New, this vehicle was between 26 and 30, depending on how you optioned it. So, I think it's a pretty good buy. I think it's a pretty good buy. Now, if you get into the SSs and the RSs and the lower mileage, you're going to get into the higher dollars, and then you got the Lingenfelter motors and the superchargers and yada yada.
Yeah.
So it gets into that. The competitors of this are the Mustangs and the Dodges and those performance ends, but you can also get the lower end and the base models of those vehicles as well.
I want to try to squeeze a straight 6 in it.
You probably could.
I bet you couldn't.
Yeah.
Too long.
I had a 90 GMC extended cab that had a straight 6 in it. Of course, it was a 4-speed.
On the floor?
On the floor, yeah.
A 4-speed on the floor.
Yep.
Wow.
Big old long stick.
Oh, yeah.
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 Kathy drove it, too.
Did she?
Yeah.
Huh. It wasn't one of those rock crusher
No.
transmissions, was it?
No.
It wasn't. Okay.
No.
Well, that was a fun trip down memory lane
Fun
for the
trip.
2017 Camaro.
Yeah.